The car trip. Mum says, right you two, this is a long car journey. I'm driving and I can't drive properly if you two are going mad in the back. Do you understand? So we go, okay, Mum, okay. Don't worry about it. And off we go. And then we start the moaning. Can I have a drink? I want some crisps. Can I open my window? He's got my book. Get off me! That's my ear. And Mum tries to be exciting. Look out the window. There's a lamppost. And then we go on, can I have a sweet? He's sitting on me. Are we nearly there? Don't scratch. You never tell him off. Now he's biting his nails. I want a drink. I want a drink. And Mum tries to be exciting again. Look out the window. There's a tree. And then we go on. My hands are sticky. He's playing with the door handle now. I feel a bit sick, actually. Your nose is all runny. Don't pull my hair. He's punching me, Mum. That's really dangerous, you know. Mum, he's spitting. And Mum says, right, I'm stopping the car. I am stopping the car. She stops the car. Now, if you two don't stop it, I'm going to put you out the car and leave you by the side of the road. He started it, and didn't he started it? I don't care who started it. I can't drive properly if you two go mad in the back. Do you understand? And we go, okay, Mum, okay. Don't worry about it. Can I have a drink? Telly, put your thumb in the air, your finger over there. Look for your other thumb. You'll probably find it on the other hand. Put that thumb on the end of your finger. Put that finger on the end of your thumb. You've got a telly now. What programme shall I put on the telly? I know. That programme's called What's This Ear? Put your cheek on the telly. That programme's called Don't Be Cheeky. Put your nose on the telly. That'll make a good programme. And that programme's called The 6 o'clock Nose. Cool guy and fool guy. Cool guy met fool guy going down the street. Said cool guy to fool guy, who you gonna meet? Said fool guy to cool guy, I don't want no meat. Said cool guy to fool guy, I mean meat, not meat. Box. I made a box with a lid and locks, big enough for me to sit in. I took the chance, climbed in and bolted the lid above me. I'd made the walls of my box so that they could move in towards me. The sides and the top could come closer and closer towards me simply by my turning a handle from the inside of my box. Now that I was inside with the lid shut, I turned the handle and the box closed on me. I could feel the bolts in the walls digging into my skin. I could feel my neck being squashed down. I felt like clothes in a suitcase, my arms binding my body up. I stopped still, feeling the feeling of it. Look what I've made for myself. Look what I'm doing. Look at the box. Though you won't see me, I'm on the inside, walnut in its shell. The bump. I'm in the middle of a wrestle with my brother and I find my face right up close to his ear and I see the bump. The bump is just next to his ear. It's all shiny and when you press it, it goes in like a push button. He says it doesn't hurt, it just sits there. The bump. Mum says that when he was born, it wasn't a bump, it was a shtickle. I said, what's a shtickle? And she said, like a little stick sticking out of the side of his head. She said they tied it up with a bit of cotton and it died until all that was left was the bump. The little shiny bump. The Skyfoogle. There was a man who turned up round our way once, put up a tent in the park he did, put notices all round the street saying that he was going to put on show a terrifying creature called the Skyfoogle. No one had ever seen this thing before. The show was on for 2 o'clock the next day. Next day we all turned up to see The fiercest animal in the world. The man took the money at the door. We all poured into the tent with a curtain in front of it. We all sat down and waited. The man went off behind the curtain. Suddenly we all heard a terrible noise. There was an awful yelling and crying. There was the noise of chains rattling and someone shouting. Suddenly the man came running onto the stage in front of the curtains. All his clothes were torn. There was blood on his face and he screamed, "Quick, get out! Get out of here! The Skyfoogle has escaped!" We all got up and ran out the door and got away as fast as we could. By the time we got ourselves together, the man had gone. We never saw him again. None of us ever saw our money ever again either. And none of us has ever seen the Skyfoogle. No one in. Sometimes you come home and there's no one in. There are no lights on. No food ready, no telly, no one laughing, no jokes, just you on your own. That's when my brain starts doing things, you know, murderers and mad dog stuff. I'll tell you what I do. When I open the door, I shove it really hard and fast and it bangs against the wall really loud, so if he's hiding behind the door, he'll get it right on the nose. I never have got him. I'll tell you what did happen. The door handle made a great big hole in the wall. Headache. It's a lump in your head. It's the blade of a knife in there. It's your veins bursting. It's your skull squeezing your brains. It's a headache.
Michael's Big Book of Bad Things, Part 3. It's bedtime. Now, I had a problem with bedtime. I couldn't hear the word bed. So when my mum said, "Michael, it's time for bed," all I could hear was, "Michael, it's time for..." Or if she said, "Michael, it's bedtime," all I could hear was, "Michael, it's time." So there we are, sitting on the sofa, and we're watching telly. Why do people look like that when they watch telly? I don't know, but there we are. We're sitting there. And Mum says, "Michael, it's time for bed." And I go, "Michael, it's bedtime." "Michael, I'm talking to you. It's time for bed." And I go, "All right, no need to shout, blimey." And I get up and I go round behind the sofa. And then when I'm behind the sofa, I think, if I'm really quiet, she won't know I'm here. So I stop breathing. And she says, "Michael, I know you're there." And I go, "I'm not." And she says, "What are you talking about? You're standing there in the middle of the room saying you're not there. You must be there to be saying you're not there. You take me for stupid. Now go to bed." And I think I could now go out of the room and then I could pretend to be going upstairs by making that stamp, stamp, stamp thing on the floor. So I go out of the room and I go, and I think this is really brilliant. She thinks I'm going upstairs. But what I don't realise is she's coming up behind me and she's standing over me going, "What are you doing now?" And I go, "Oh, right, Mum, I'm just going upstairs." Well, no, I'm not actually. And she says, "Go upstairs, wash your face, clean your teeth. I can't stand looking at you another minute." So it's upstairs, into the bathroom, shut the door, and it was time to muck about. Plug in, taps on, flick water at the mirror. Yes. 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 And there's drops of water on the mirror and the drops start turning into drips and one drip's going faster than another drip. And I think it's a bit like the horse racing on the telly. So I start doing a running commentary. And here comes Longbottom with the Longbottom and here comes Shorty Bum. And Shorty Bum's closing on Longbottom. And here comes Longbottom and Longbottom's going to take it. And I hear my mum from downstairs going, "Michael, what's the silly noise going on up there?" And I said, "Oh, yeah, sorry, Mum, I was just looking for the flannel." And here comes Longbottom with the Longbottom and here comes Shorty Bum. Now then. When a man shaved when I was a kid, this is how they did it. Plug in, taps on, a little brush in the water. into a special jar of shaving soap. Now, I loved this shaving soap. If you held it up to the light, it was all twinkly. And if you smelt it, it was all perfumey. And then if you prodded it, yeah, it was all squidgy, yeah. Hey, I'm drilling for oil, yeah. Hey, you can't see the hole from the outside. Maybe I could bury something in there. What could I bury in there? I know. The top of the toothpaste. Good thinking. Smooth it over. That's amazing. That's like buried treasure. Maybe pirates would come looking for it and sing their pirate song. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. Yo ho ho and a bottle of... And I hear my mum from downstairs going, Michael, what's the silly singing going on now? And I went, oh yeah, I was just glad I found the flannel. Right, quick, wash the face, clean the teeth. It's a little bit wobbly. And a little voice said, don't do it, Michael. And then I said, I wonder if it would bend. Yeah, bendy. And the little voice said, don't do it, Michael. And I said, no, but I want to. Bendy, bendy. Don't do it, Michael. I went, no, I want to. Bendy, bendy. Michael, don't do it. Bendy, bendy. No, I bet not, actually. And then off to bed. Michael's Big Book of Bad Things, Part 4. In the morning, my dad goes to the bathroom to have a shave. Plug in, taps on, the little brush in the water, into the jar. He's thinking, how did that get there? How did the top of the toothpaste get in my shaving soap? So he comes downstairs and he goes up to my brother and he goes, Brian, how did the top of the toothpaste get in my shaving soap? And my brother goes, So my dad comes up to me and he goes, Michael, how did the top of the toothpaste get in my shaving soap? And I go, I don't know. You see the difference? When my brother said I don't know, his eyebrows were down there like that. He went, But when I said I don't know, my eyebrows went up in the air. The moment my eyebrows went up in the air, my dad knew that I was lying. He says, look at your eyebrows. What? How can you look at your eyebrows? The things dads say, look at your eyebrows. He said, your eyebrows have gone up in the air, that means you're lying. And I said, I'm not. And he said, and another thing, your voice has gone squeaky. What a giveaway. And I said, no, it hasn't. He said, what did you think you were doing, sticking the top of the toothpaste in my shaving soap? And I said, it's buried treasure. And he goes, are you crazy? Except he didn't say crazy in English. He said, are you a crazy person in Yiddish? And to say that, you say, are you Meshuggah? And it reminded him of something. Michael's Big Book of Bad Things. And in his mind, he's turning back the pages till he gets to page 1 and he says, oh, yes. Like the time you threw your mother's best ring out of the window. It was her bubbas. And the room filled up with bubbas. There were bubbas flying round the room, and they were all pointing at me going, first you threw your mother's best ring out of the window, and then you stuck the top of the toothpaste in your father's shaving soap. Ay, 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 ay. Now, it would be great if you subscribed. That is, you become a subscriber. Look out for the subscribe button. What happens, you see, is that I make new vids every few months, and then I post them up one a week for a while. So if you subscribe, you get to see the new ones just as they come hot off the press. Eeeeee.